Five Easy Pieces was one of the high points of Karen Black's career. It earned her an Oscar nomination. But there have been other rewarding moments for this highly visible actress. Her performance in Nashville has been called one of her finest. The same has been said for her appearance in Come Back to the Five and Dime, Jimmy Dean, Jimmy Dean. Her latest film is a remake of a 50s science fiction classic, Invaders from Mars. Joining us now from Los Angeles, Karen Black. How are you?
I feel very nice this morning. How do you feel, Charlie?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah.
Why Invasion from Mars?
Invaders.
Invaders. Why'd you do that?
I hadn't done a movie that was a sort of a multi-million-dollar movie for a while. And I'd done movies, independent movies,
Yeah.
people I knew, things like that. And what happens, of course, is that you start to get out of touch with your public. And there's this kind of funny phrase about actors with that, you know, I love my public. I do love my public. When a person acts, even though the audience isn't there yet, you act as if they are there in present time during the scene. And you open yourself up quite a lot to them. You're very vulnerable to them. And I think you do love them while you're working. And so you want, you know, you want to be dinner. And
You want to be
I
what?
haven't been
Dinner?
Dinner, yeah. People kind of, it's true. And so I thought it'd be a good way of reaching out to more people.
But all those independent films...
And my son was doing it, you know.
Yeah. Did he get the job because of you, or did it come independently through some other direction?
I think that it would be more, well, let's just say what happened. I mean, instead of because sometimes causation is kind of fragile. He had the part, Tobe Hooper, who was an old friend of the family. Tobe Hooper directed this. He directed Poltergeist, Chainsaw Massacre. Fabulous director, lovely man. And I was very happy that Hunter's second movie was going to be with someone gentle and someone that he knew. I was very, very happy. And after a while, Hunter agreed to do it. Took a while. And somehow I think it was Henry Holmes and Menachem Golan, and they sort of said, wait a minute. The mother and the child together again at last for the first time, you know.
Yes.
So they thought it was a charming idea and that we'd work very well together, and we did. And it's quite an exciting and marvelous movie.
I want you to set this up for me. We got a clip here. I just want our audience to see you in action because there are a lot of interesting things you have done. I mentioned some of them in the introduction. This is from Come Back to the Five and Dime, Jimmy Dean, Jimmy Dean. You have returned to reunion a different woman, literally.
There is no alcohol in this store, and there never will be.
What about the bottle that Sidney used to keep hidden behind the counter?
What do you mean by that?
I think it was right about, it was down here.
Well, Sidney did not drink.
But how did he die from it?
Who in the hell are you?
He died of a heart attack.
Died of a decayed liver.
Sidney was a saint, and he is in heaven now with God.
The only time Sidney was ever in heaven, Juanita, is when he had a bottle in his hand. In fact, it was in this corner I'd find him, hiding from you, Juanita, and God.
There you were. Have you lived up to your potential?
No, not really. I should have done better. The good thing that's happened about my potential, as you say, is that I'm terribly good with the English language. My verbal IQ is genius, and when I went to college, I didn't have to take English at all. Anyway, so I've been writing, and it's probably very silly that I hadn't been writing for so many years, given that kind of potential. My mother's a writer. But anyhow, I have a friend, Paul Williams, who's a Harvard Summa person, and
Summa,
did I say that
that's
right?
good, yes.
Thank you. And he noticed that I was very literate, and he said, well, you've got to write, you've got to write, you've got to write. And thanks to him, I wrote a screenplay finally called Deep Purple, and I was it's very interesting when you have a good sense of the language and, you know, and all that. Plus you're an actor because you get so involved in writing that when something goes wrong with these characters, I mean, the secretary came in, thought someone in the family had died. It's just consuming. And with a lot of, well, it needs with a sponsor and with certain things that need sorting out. It's been accepted at Sundance.
Which is Robert Redford's place,
Yeah.
is where he has the
Yes,
summer.
so yes.
Let me take a break.
So we're going to go work on that. Oops, you going now?
Yeah, I'll be
what
right
a time
back,
to
though.
leave me.
But
Bye.
I'll be right back. Karen Black.
Okay.
Stay with us.